Hokies win going away in their season opener, 87-59, the final score as they defeat Gardner Webb. We're now joined by head coach Buzz Williams. And, Coach, going into this game, you warned your team about a number of things. Gardner Webb was amongst them, but also about their defensive intensity. It seemed like they came out and were really intense defensively and maybe lagged a little bit over the course of the middle of the game before getting it back. Just your overall thoughts on that defensive effort.
They got to the paint 61% of the time and shot 55% when they got to the paint. Those will be hard numbers to overcome when the talent level is similar. I don't mean that to be disrespectful to Gardner Webb in any sense. I thought their coach and their team played very well. I thought we played incredibly poor on both ends of the floor.
It was a 4-point game at the under 16. You guys played better after that. At least the defensive intensity kind of picked up. They only, I think, had 16 points after that. What was the key there?
I think our guys were embarrassed. I didn't think that we were executing on either end. I thought we were very selfish in how we handled it. I thought our body language was poor. I thought how we handled the officials was very diva-like. And so all of those things combined, I think they realized to some degree it probably shouldn't be a 4-point game at the under 16. So collectively it was all of those things.
Won't be back in action until the Charleston Classic. So as you make that assessment coming out of the game, where do you start as you leave here tonight in terms of getting that message across to the guys?
Yeah, we'll have to start early in the morning. Only playing one game was obviously a decision that we made to some degree, as much as you can control scheduling. I wish that we were playing another game prior to playing at Charleston, but there'll have to be stark improvement between now and Charleston if we're going to have a chance to win a game there. This effort and these numbers will not win a game on any of the 3 nights in Charleston.
Coach, talk about Ty a little bit, because he was kind of picked up his 3rd foul. You had a teaching moment with him, and then how do you keep him up? It's been so long since he's played. I guess he's got a little bit of rust, right?
Yeah, I probably should give him more grace. I put him in. I thought I could trust him to put him in to make a shot, or at least be guarded as if he was going to make a shot. And 3 seconds in game time later, he picks up his 3rd foul. That's my fault for trusting him enough to be a 6th-year senior and not make that type of play. But it's a good lesson for me. I can't put him in that position. We had 4 guys that had 2 fouls in the first half, and so I was reaching, trying to see if we could sneak a basket, trying to see if we could sneak a down back with somebody with 2 fouls, and obviously it backfired.
I know there were some things that maybe you would point out in terms of that weren't where you'd want them, but with Nikhil Walker, as the fans for the first time just see the work that he's put in the offseason for the first time in game action, it seems like he was all over the floor, even off some of his mistakes, going back, chasing down some of the plays, and has become more of a defensive-minded, rebound-oriented type of player.
Yeah, I thought he played okay. I thought he dribbled too much. Obviously, we don't need to get a technical foul when an official makes a call. Those sorts of things collectively, not Nikhil, Virginia Tech as a whole, we're not going to be have a margin where there's so much variance that we can overcome that sort of thing. 20 turnovers in 40 minutes of play with only 20 assists, that speaks to we're trying to do way too much that's not there. I think 4 or 5 of those turnovers in the first half were offensive fouls, trying to go way too fast before the play has even had a chance to breathe. That sort of stuff, as I told the guys, just wasn't expecting that. And I need to do a better job of maybe protecting them in some sort of way when we're just breaking down in every sense of the word. But we'll have to figure that out somehow between now and when we play Thursday morning.
A lot of the fans don't know a whole lot about Isaiah Wilkins, Chico. We talked about him Monday night on the radio show, but he just continues to be really smooth, doesn't he? The way he shoots the ball.
Very grateful. I don't know, maybe it's a one-and-done deal, but I thought he saved us in the first half at Liberty, and I thought he saved us today. And, only player in my career that has not attended summer school. The plan was to redshirt him going into from the first time I ever met him. The plan was to redshirt him. And so obviously very thankful for what he did against Liberty and very thankful for what he did today. It seems like he does only what he knows he's supposed to do, and that seems to be just enough. And we need to get everybody else to do what they can do, and that'll be enough too. And that's it should be role reversal, right? Chico took a really bad shot and at the top of the key, and he goes, "Coach, I shouldn't even shot it." And I said, "Yeah, that's why you missed it." And we need to get our older guys maybe along that same path.
It's interesting. We could kind of see that exchange. Well, Coach, I know there's not a whole lot of reason to rehash, honestly, the season opener, but let's get you out of here on this one off your first win of the year and first game coached with cuffless pants. How did they feel?
Well, I was planning on maybe paying attention to it a little bit more, but it didn't work out that way.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming by, and congratulations on win number 1.
Thank
again,
you.
we look forward to picking up the conversation in Charleston. Hokies 87, Running Bulldogs 59 tonight as Tech picks up a win in their home opener.